Nancy Pelosi, Speaker of the House, said basically this: if the cabinet, along with the vice president, who's a member of the cabinet, does not invoke the 25th Amendment and remove the president, the House will move forward with impeachment.
Whether you have the constitutional basis to start an impeachment proceeding, which is Congress, as long as they vote it, they can have the authority. But then you have to ask it, is that a good idea for whatever the purpose is?
The question for Democrats is, does introducing articles of impeachment now, 12 days before the end of the term, does that advance the goal of healing? I think there's only one answer to that.
It illustrates to me just how tone deaf the Democrat leadership is to where the nation is. They need to quit dividing us politically, racially, and every other way. As long as they seek revenge and one-upsmanship, which is what this really is, it's going to continue to divide America. It's like they're tone deaf to where half of the nation is.
We can use procedural tools to get articles of impeachment to the floor for a House vote quickly. We have already had Chairman Jerry Nadler, chair of the Judiciary Committee, say that he will use those tools to bring the articles as fast as possible.
When is that?
Well, that will be as early as the mid next week.
To move it in that space of time, to me, just seems a bit reckless. Regardless if you think these are impeachable offenses or not, because there's only 12 days left for the president to serve. So, and they know they can't get it together until at least next Tuesday.
Yeah.
So then you're a week out. So why would you put the country through that when the man's term is over with and you got the ultimate victory? Your candidate's going to be the president of the United States.
I don't put anything past Speaker Pelosi, Ilhan Omar, and those in the House. I think those articles probably will be put forward and considered. But assuming the president sticks to what he said last night, and there's no reason to believe that he wouldn't, Jay, I think that's where the vast majority of Republican members in both the House and the Senate are. The Democrats want to accuse the president of inciting on Wednesday. Well, I think the same accusation would come back at them if, with 10 days left or 8 days left or whatever it is, they put forward articles of impeachment.
Our foreign adversaries, to say nothing of our terrorist enemies, they're watching this disunity and distraction for the next 12 days. That alone should move Biden and Pelosi and Schumer to back off and to let this transition take place without further drama.
An impeachment proceeding here at the 11th hour and the last days of the administration of President Trump will not do anything to heal and to bring together.
The talk is not just talk. I mean, I expect that they're serious. I think it's dangerous for the country what they're proposing, especially with just so few days left. But nevertheless, that's what they're proposing.
And I think the person who could step in here is Joe Biden. Joe Biden could step in. It's probably the only person Pelosi would stand down because of it just causing too much division. He wouldn't want to start off his presidency with war in the streets.
It's a two-way street, and I want to be clear that the president has to do that too.
The president and the president-elect could do this
The
together.
language that he said about smooth transition, orderly transition, time for healing, that is what the message needs to be by both the president and the president-elect. And the president-elect has said that. Now he's got pressure coming in from his flank. This is what we were worried about, that you worry about. He's got the left flank that's going to push very aggressively here. So the question is going to be, can he withstand the pressure? Because I think Joe Biden in his heart of hearts knows that impeachment would be a mistake.
That's the way you can kind of move on as a nation. And we can all move forward for the battles that we will be fighting against each other, but battles that we fight in legislatively, through debate, and through elections, not in the streets.